going on, everybody? In today's video, I just simply wanted to talk about horror movies, and I thought it'd be pretty cool to talk about movies that I believe are hidden gems, or movies that are just underrated and aren't talked about enough, at least in my opinion. I own a majority of the movies that I'm going to discuss and bring up in today's video. But there's a couple that are only on streaming. And for those movies, I'll talk about, just maybe why they're only streaming. I don't know. Who knows, man? But I just love talking about horror movies. And this is another dang video in my channel. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Before I forget, because I'll just ramble on. What are some of your favorite horror movies that just simply aren't being talked about? And maybe what are some of your favorites that I bring up on this video? So I'll just kind of go into the list. The reason why I brought up this list is because I was just thinking about a movie that was just phenomenal. And I don't think a lot of people are talking about it. And I just thought, I have my own damn YouTube channel, so I might as well just talk about it. And I'm talking about The Guest. This came out in 2014, I believe. This is directed by Adam Wingard, who is a big director now because he just did 2 Godzilla movies back to back. But he also did one of my favorite movies called You're Next. So y'all should see that movie too, because that movie is damn good. But and it has one of my favorite final girls. But Dan Stevens plays the guest, and Mika Monroe is also in the movie. Lance Reddick is in the movie. Rest in peace. This movie is just simply fantastic. I watch it every Halloween. This to me just screams Halloween vibes. I mean, straight from the opening scene, when they bring up the title card and everything. It's just so good, man. And he just plays a great character, and the story's very good. The action gets pretty damn good. And I really love how it's written and how they develop the character, Dan Stevens, from the beginning of the movie and just all throughout, and it's just so good. And Dan and Mika just have great chemistry. I thought it's a damn good movie. And Second Sight did an amazing release. This is a 4K release from them. I know you can get this on Blu-ray as well, but this is a limited edition from Second Sight, and more people need to talk about The Guest. So this is the movie that inspired me to make this damn video. So great job, Adam, and phenomenal work by Dan and Mika. So The Guest. One that is a little eerie, kind of bleak, right up my alley. But it is a dang good movie. I thought it was very good. And that's Session 9. This came out in 2001. And this movie is so darn good, man. It has David Caruso and Peter Mullen. Mullen. And it's about these guys who run an asbestos company, and this asylum place just needs to get cleaned up. And let's just say it's pretty damn amazing. I thought it was amazing. And I'm really glad that I have this Blu-ray from Second Sight as well. I mean, if you love the haunting, eerie type horror films, This is phenomenal, man. And I'm really glad Second Sight put out this release about the movie. I did not even know about this movie until Second Sight actually put out the release of it, and I'm talking about May. May is so good. People, to compare this movie, it's like Lisa Frankenstein, but to me, this is a lot better. Lisa Frankenstein is, more friendly. Not, it's, I don't want to say it's kid friendly, but this definitely is not. And I loved this movie so much. Yeah, May is so damn good. It's about a girl who's just socially awkward, and she is just trying to find the right person to connect with and hopefully develop a relationship. And yeah, it doesn't go her way, and so she does what she let's just say that she gets what she wants in the most unique way possible. Uh, Fantastic movie, man. I loved this movie. May is a must. Yeah, amazing. This movie I saw, I think, in the beginning of the pandemic, 2020, 2019. I can't, you know what? I can't remember. Time flies so damn fast. But I saw it on Hulu because it just intrigued me with the title card. And I'm talking about Censor. Uh, this, first of all, this release by Vinegar Syndrome is by far my favorite slipcover. I wanted to bring up in my rare 4Ks, cool slipcovers, 4K slipcovers, but it's not a 4K, it's a Blu-ray, so this wasn't on it. But this slipcover by Vinegar Syndrome is amazing. It's a limited edition. It's sold out. But I mean, look at this, man. These are movies from these are the nasty movies that are from the movie Censor. So yeah, amazing artwork. My favorite, without a doubt, my favorite. As far as the movie, it's about a woman, this sweet young lady right here, who works for a censorship that reviews movies. This is right around the time frame in the UK, I believe in the 70s, early 80s, of the video nasties that were out. And let's just say that she just works a little too hard and needs a break. But this movie is so damn good. I can understand some people think that this movie is boring. However, I did not think it was boring. I was pretty enthralled with the storyline and just simply the times of that era, because I didn't really know too much about the UK and their video nasties and what the hell did that even mean. And so this movie actually was pretty informational for me, and I looked up, that time frame, and about the video nasties. Jeff from formerly Films at Home, he did a great video of the video nasties. So if you find it, definitely check that out, because it's a great informational video. But this movie is fantastic, and it's got a great ending. I love the ending to this film, so I think that's part of the reason too. Is it's pretty memorable. But great movie, Censor. This is one of my favorite movies. I actually just suggested this to John from Let's Talk Entertainment. Subscribe to his channel. But he did a video review, and this was recommended from a good friend of mine from Twitter, Mike. You the man. And I'm talking about The Dark and the Wicked. This, to me, is one of the best horror films I have ever seen. And it don't get talked enough, man. It just doesn't. I love this movie. It's got the perfect creepy ass vibes that I simply love in horror movies. It's got great practical effects, and it's just eerie, man. The audio design to this film also is fantastic. It's a 5.1, but I thought it was a very good 5.1. I loved this movie. This movie is about a family that their brother and sister attend their mother's care. Their mother just is acting a little weird. And so they just take care of her, and I'm not going to spoil anything. Again, these reviews are very kind of vague, but I hope that you check these movies out. If I can get at least one person interested that hasn't even heard of these movies and see one of them, then I feel that my job here is done on YouTube. So I hope you check all of these movies out. But so these synopsis to these movies are just kind of vague, and I really want you guys to experience the movies without giving away anything. Because I know that's how I like it, because I didn't know anything about this movie, because I never heard about it, and it's a masterpiece. I consider it a masterpiece within horror, and it just isn't being talked about because it came out right around the pandemic, and it just, it was a crazy time, and people didn't really hear about it. So must watch. Since I kind of brought up John, my good friend John, and requesting him to do some reviews, because I'm one of his directors on his YouTube channel. Another one that I recommended to him is The Wailing. The Wailing is also a masterpiece. He caught it, and I was a little late on it, but on this 4K release, first of all, it's a damn good release. But it says Dolby Atmos. I don't know if you can see it right here, but it says Dolby Atmos. It don't have Dolby Atmos. It's just a 5.1. It's a very good 5.1, but this would have sounded even more amazing in Dolby Atmos. Holy cow. This would practically be like a reference movie. That being said, this is a Korean horror masterpiece. This came out in 2016. I think I don't know. I can't remember right now. But so it's about a cop and these townspeople. There's some type of disease. These people are mysteriously dying, and they're trying to solve the case. That's all I'm going to say. It is a bloody good time. Highly recommend this movie. This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite, not only favorite horror films, but just an impressive film that has a great storyline, good acting, phenomenal horror aspects, and there's actually some little bit of good comedy that is kind of unexpected, because this without a doubt is a horror film, but they kind of have some funny comedic lines that during those scenes I ended up laughing my ass off. So highly recommend this masterpiece, The Wailing. I love this movie. One of my Twitter friends suggested this a few years ago, and I, man, I rewatched it. It was streaming on somewhere. I can't remember. Maybe it was on Shudder. I can't remember. But after I saw it, I saw it the next day because it was that damn good to me. And I'm talking about The Autopsy of Jane Doe. My wife loved this movie, and she don't really love horror movies, at least like I do. And this is fantastic. Brian Cox, who is an amazing actor, this he's so good in this film. So this movie is about Brian Cox and his son, who Brian Cox is a coroner, and his son assists him during some of these assessments. I don't know if that's the correct terminology, but that's what he does, and they receive this lady, and they figure out what is her cause of death, and there's a story to unfold, and it is chilling. It is so dang good. You could hear it in my voice, man. These last few movies, I simply love. I will probably rewatch them because I'm talking about them right now, and it just makes me want to see all of these damn movies. But especially the last few, this movie is amazing, and I just love how the story unfolds. And what's the characters, how they, what they do during those situations. The chill factor is damn near a 10. It is, man, again, I almost cussed, but this movie is a masterpiece. I consider it a masterpiece and a must watch and a must own. So, see this movie. This is from Scream Factory, FYI. So there we go. This movie I love, and I think it's some of the best cinematography that I have ever seen. It's so damn good that I bought it twice. First on Blu-ray, and that's The Neon Demon. And then I love this movie so much that I bought it on 4K, which is a German international only release. It's out of print. It's hard to find, but if you love the movie, it's a must own. But I'll share the Blu-ray because I got this on Amazon for pretty damn cheap. So, first, you can actually see this on Amazon, and that's actually how I found it. Initially was Amazon Prime, no, Amazon Video, whatever it's called, and it's actually a pretty good stream from them. So if you don't, to simply save money, check out the stream first, and if you like it, then obviously buy the Blu-ray or the 4K, of course. But this movie is starring Ellie Fanning. And she is a young girl who who inspires to be a famous model, and she meets some people within her modeling auditions, and they take her. They just build this friendship with her, and the other two friends basically don't like this girl because of the natural beauty that she has, and how these talents are really who run these modeling agencies really are enamored by her beauty. And there's some jealousy in regards to that. And I'm just going to leave it like that. Check this movie out and let me know what you guys think about it. I thought it was a damn masterpiece. This movie was recommended from my friend on Twitter, Mr. Stuntman Mike, different Mike. But, and he recommended Underwater. Guys, if you love your sci-fi movies like Leviathan, uh, and The Abyss, even though this really isn't like The Abyss in some ways, this movie is so good, man. Oh my goodness, man. I, you know what? While I'm talking in the damn video, I think this might be one of my favorite um, blind movies to go into because I thought it was a great movie throughout, and then the third act happens and you're like, holy bleep, what that's how I was, what in the third act of the film, because I didn't expect it. I didn't know anything about it, and Stuntman Mike recommended it, highly recommended it, and it's one of his favorite movies. I liked Stuntman Mike's taste in movies, so I just bought it on Amazon. You can get this movie pretty cheap, and I'm glad I did. This audio is very good. It's a great experience. It's a 7.1 if I remember right. Audio. Yes, it's a 7.1 DTS Master, which it sounded fantastic. And it's just a great Blu-ray transfer. This is a must-buy. This movie has one of the great, probably it has a great story and one of the best twists, I think, in within the horror genre. And I'm talking about Orphan. This movie came out a while ago, 2009. And Scream Factory is actually doing a collector's edition, I think in May, which I'll get, but because I think this Blu-ray needs it. That being said, this movie is about a family who loses a child while delivering. And this mother feels like she is just missing part of herself and wants to fill that missing piece with adopting a child. And the husband actually finds this very unique girl who just seems very mature, and he just simply is just amazed of how well mannered she is, and thought that she would be a great addition to being part of their family, and they both agree, and let's just also say that they were wrong. They were wrong. This kind of falls into that. What is that movie? The Good Son, I want to say, with Macaulay Culkin, which is also a damn good movie. And what I don't think a lot of people know about that movie. So, surprise, that's another film, The Good Son, Macaulay Culkin. At least maybe people forgot about it because it's an old film, and Macaulay Culkin is really young in that film. But kind of similar story. But as I said, this has one of the best twists in a horror movie. And the little girl, and the girl who plays plays the orphan, Isabella Fuhrman. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. But Isabella, phenomenal acting from her. And they also did a movie, Orphan First Kill. I want to say that's the sequel to this. Actually, it's a prequel to this movie, so it's a prequel. But it was released just a couple years ago. And yeah, I loved this movie. See this damn movie. It's phenomenal. The next movie I want to talk about is a weird ass movie. But if you love sci-fi movies and like John Carpenter, H.P. Lovecraft type of movies, I highly recommend The Void. I saw this movie on Shudder and I was, whoa, man. This movie, I mean, can we just look at the cover for Pete's sake? Look at this, man. And look at that. You know you're in for a weird ass movie when you see that cover. So, naturally, um, yeah, I saw this on Shudder. I saw the thumbnail or the title card, and whoa! This movie is about. It just starts off with one of the police officers. He notices a man seems injured on the street, brings him to the hospital, and then tries to bring him to the damn hospital because there's like some cult looking people with some weird ass dressings, uniforms, or gear, and they trap the people in the hospital. And so these people go through the hospital rooms, and it just gets weirder and weirder. Oh my god. And they just transport into a crazy place with little arms and I have to say that this film is visually gorgeous. I mentioned it earlier that the Neon Demon is one of the best cinematography films that I have seen, and this film is just a beautiful visual movie with some crazy storyline and wonderful practical effects. I highly recommend this movie. If you love weird movies, this should be on the top of your list without a doubt. Crazy, man. I just love Rebecca Hall. I think she's an amazing actress. She's just in phenomenal movies, and one of the movies that I think it's my favorite. Yeah, I think it's my favorite movie that she's been in. I don't know. She's been in so many damn good movies. But that's The Night House. The Night House is, whoa, man, it is so dang good. It's about a woman who loses her husband, and she just kind of goes through his belongings after he passed away, and yeah, there's some eerie stuff that happens in regards to that, and I think it's just a great story that evolves to what happened to how did he die. That's all I'm gonna say. See the damn movie. This movie was just great. I cannot recommend this movie highly enough. So damn good. And Rebecca Hall, outstanding actress. She is so good in this movie. Yeah, phenomenal movie. Some people might think it's a slow burn, and I can totally understand that. I can. But for me, I didn't. And it's one of my favorite films. And I didn't think it was damn boring, because or else I want to be on this list. And I'm talking about The Invitation. So good, man. Logan Marshall Green stars in this movie. He's also the actor from Upgrade, which is one of my favorite sci-fi films. This to me has an amazing storyline, and the ending is great. Great twist. This movie is about Logan and his girlfriend going to a guest party. However, the guest party that they're invited to is to his ex-wife, and they yeah, just stuff happens, um, and it's good. Uh, it's great, man. But I loved how they tell the story of the reason why him and his wife got a divorce. Um, Also, how his wife uh, got into a relationship with her partner, and their friend um, the friends that they bring along to the guest party. Guys, this movie is so damn good. As I mentioned, it has a great twist, and it, to me, I just love how the story unfolds. I thought this is a great slow burn movie. If you want to describe it like that, to me, this is the perfect slow burn movie. I loved it. See this movie. The next movie is with two great actors. Has one of my favorite horror girls, and I'm talking about Mayhem. It's so damn good. I love this movie. Not enough people are talking about this damn film. I first saw Steven, of course, on The Walking Dead, but this is the first film that I saw him in. And I don't know if this is the first film that I saw Samira Weaving in. I think so. I don't know. I can't remember. But I was hooked when I saw her as well. But before I go crazy over it, this movie is about a guy named Derek who is fired. He doesn't. He doesn't think he's unjustifiably gets fired, at least in his own opinion. And he is trying to get his belongings, but however, the building is under lockdown, and there's some mysterious virus that goes around, and he's like, what the hell? He meets Samara, and I want to say that she is applies for a position, if I remember right. But as I said, this movie is fantastic. It's so good, I double dipped. I bought the standard 4K. This movie just came out recently with a 4K steelbook release, and it's a must buy, man. It's a fantastic movie. That's right. The quote says here, "His balls to the wall, cinematic anarchy," and anarchy for show. It is so good, man. I love it. Great dark humor, great action, great gore. I mean, everything about it. I think is so damn good. So see this damn movie. So the next couple movies I'm going to talk about, and they're just on streaming. For some reason, they do not have a physical release, or else I would have brought them out. And I'm talking about the three movies are The Empty Man, fantastic movie. It's owned by Disney. It was a Fox movie. Now Disney owns them. And I don't think it's ever going to get a release. So that kind of sucks. But it kind of goes into, it has one of the best beginnings. I thought it has one of the best horror beginnings. Oh my goodness. So dang good. But yeah, it's kind of like the same thing as When Evil Lurks. It's just an entity that are this type of, this type of thing that kind of just takes over people, and there is like a religious aspect as well that is just creepy as hell. Yeah, I'm again, I don't want to go into too much spoilers, but The only way that you can get it is buy it streaming. I bought it via Apple TV, but I highly recommend seeing The Empty Man. So damn good. I really hope it gets a physical release because it deserves it. Next movie I'm going to talk about is these movies you can only find I think only on Netflix. One is The Ritual. That movie is great and has one of the better Dolby Atmos sound. Oh my goodness. Yeah. The immersive Dolby Atmos is so damn good in The Ritual. You can only see it on Netflix, as I just stated. And that film is about a group of guys who go hiking, and stuff just happens, man. It just happens. I think it's got one of the best creature features in a movie, and there also is a religious secret kind of community that is shown, and I like how it just unfolds. So yeah, that's a fantastic movie. Oh my goodness. And the last movie that I think has two good the original movie and the sequel are very good, and I'm talking about Creep. Creep is so damn good. Oh my goodness. Creep is about a guy who pays a videographer to record his his last days of living, and just the crazy ass stuff that happens and how the story unfolds is just very memorable, man. And Creep 2 is just as good as the first one, if not better. I think in my opinion, I think Creep 2 is even better than the first one. And I heard that there's rumors within next year, the following year, they're supposed to be developing Creep 3. Who knows? But because it's been a long time since Creep 2. But those movies are just fantastic. I saw it originally on Netflix, I want to say, but I know sometimes it shows up on Shudder and other streaming services, but you can't buy it on Blu-ray. So, that sucks. I don't think it's even out on DVD. I could be wrong, but it's definitely not out on Blu-ray. So, those are it, man. I went over a ton of movies. When I make these kind of movies, I just kind of lose it, and you guys are probably like, damn, Frank, you talking a lot. But as I stated all the dang time, is that I just love talking about these movies. I love talking about movies in general, but I just love talking about horror films, and I just try to make these videos to inform some people who may have never heard of these movies and want to see these movies. And yeah, guys, so what are some of your favorite hidden gem movies, or some movies that people just don't talk about, that you simply love these type of horror movies like I do? Like I said, I love these movies so much, I made a damn video. So thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys. Bye.